But what came up for me when you said all that is I have one teacher that I study with, and he said, past experience that was hard that we would probably put in the bad category if we were doing that thing that humans do of categorizing. Once that's metabolized, really truly metabolized, where the wisdom is extracted and the waste is discarded, and it's been transformed into something else from what it started as. Once that process, if God willing, someone has the chance to go through that process, then the experience just is wisdom. That's all that's left. And improperly metabolized or not metabolized at all, if it's not given the holding, it sours into rigidity and what we'd call in Western psychology pathology. It hardens and reifies and gets trapped, just like something getting trapped in the digestive system that doesn't have the proper digestive juices, if you will. If we kill the metaphor, then how can I pound this metaphor into the earth? But it works, it works because things get stuck. And when they get stuck, they fester and they sometimes do transmute, but generally not in a favorable direction.
What do you, just even with this lovely kind of pointing to a process in which wisdom is what we can be left with, what do you see wisdom as almost like the last shred of something then in it, like in holding some truth in it then, or how would you kind of view that transmutation from something into wisdom?
I guess wisdom, if I were to define it on my feet here, I'm not sure I've ever been asked to define wisdom before. I know there are definitions. You and I could just both Google it right now or ask ChatGPT 4.0. But in my experience, wisdom is what's left when something is fully processed, understood, held, and accompanied and related to go back to what we were saying before. So whatever the it is, if the it gets witnessing, if the it gets relationship, if the it gets interest, if the it gets mirroring, if the it gets some insight and cognitive understanding, but that's, we over-index there as a society, as you well know. So that's the least of it, if you ask me. But it is a piece for sure. Yeah. But if the it gets all those things, the alchemy of that is the gift I was supposed to get by having to go through that. And when we're able to say, not in a new age, like, oh, my trauma was a gift, like not like that, not in some sort of Pollyanna-ish way, but like, no, you actually walked the hard road of the thing, and not like you'd wish that it happened, but that it happened is part of what got you to this moment. It's just part of the thing. And if it wasn't that thing, it would have been some other thing, because we apparently don't get away without having the things on this plane.
Yeah. Well, I'm very glad you didn't reach for Google, because I thought that was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, good. So good.